Myth 7. Boundaries cause feelings of guilt. Edward shook his head. There's something not right about all this for me, he said. My folks were always so caring and concerned about me. It's been such a great relationship. And then he paused, groping for words. And then I met Judy and we got married. And that was wonderful. We saw my folks every week, sometimes more. Then the kids came along. Everything was fine until I got the job offer from across the country. It was the position of my dreams. Judy was excited about it too. But as soon as I told my parents about the offer, things changed. I started hearing them talk about Dad's health. I hadn't realized it was that bad. About Mom's loneliness, about how we were the only bright spots in their lives, and about all the sacrifices they made for me. What do I do? They're right. They've given their lives to me. How can I leave them after all that? Edward isn't alone in this dilemma. One of the major obstacles in setting boundaries with others in our lives is our feelings of obligation. What do we owe not only our parents but anyone who has been loving towards us? What's appropriate and biblical and what isn't? Many individuals solve this dilemma by avoiding boundary setting with those to whom they feel an obligation. In this sense, they can avoid the guilty feelings that occur when they say no to someone who has been kind to them. They never leave home, never change schools or churches, and never switch jobs or friends. Even when it comes to an otherwise mature move, the idea is that because we have received something, we owe something. The problem is the non existent debt. The love we receive, or money, or time, or anything that causes us to feel obligated, should be accepted as a gift. Gift implies no strings attached. All that's really needed is gratitude. The giver has no expectation that the present will provide a return. It was simply provide because someone loved someone and wanted to do something for him or her, period. Now, is that is how God views his gift of salvation to us. It cost him his son. It was, excuse me. It was motivated out of love for us, and our response is to receive it and be grateful. Why is gratitude so important? Because God knows that our gratitude for what he has done for us will move us to love others. As you were taught and overflowing with thankfulness, Colossians 2 verse 7, what do we owe those who are kind to us, who have genuinely cared for us? We owe them thanks. And from our grateful heart, we should go out and help others. We need to distinguish here between those who have to get and those who truly give selflessly. It's genuinely easy to tell the difference. If the giver is hurt or angered by a sincere thanks, the gift was probably a loan. If the gratitude is enough, you probably received a legitimate gift with no feelings of guilt attached. God does an instructive job of keeping the issue of gratitude and boundaries separate. In Jesus' letter to the 7 churches in Revelation, he singles out 3: Ephesus, Pergamum, and Thyatira 1. He praises their accomplishments, gratitude. 2. He then tells them that even so, he has something against them. 2 verse 4, 14 and 20. 3. He finally confronts their irresponsibilities, boundaries. He doesn't allow the two issues to be confused, neither should we. Myth 8. Boundaries are permanent, and I'm afraid of burning my bridges. But what if I change my mind? Carla asked. I'm scared that I'll set a boundary with my best friend and then she'll leave and forget about me. It's important to understand that your no is always subject to you. You own your boundaries. They don't own you. If you set limits with someone and she responds maturely and lovingly, you can renegotiate the boundary. In addition, you can change the boundary if you are in a safe place. Changing and renegotiating boundaries has many biblical precedents. God chose not to destroy Nineveh, for example. When the city repented, Jonah 3 verse 10. In addition, Paul rejected John Mark for a mission trip because the younger man had deserted Paul. Acts 15, verse 37 through 39. Yet years later, Paul requested John Mark's companionship. 2 Timothy 4, verse 11. The timing was ripe to change his boundary. As you've probably noticed, some of these myths are genuinely misconceptions you may have learned from distorted teachings. Yet others simply result from the fear of standing up and saying no to unbiblical responsibility. Prayerful review which myths have entangled and ensnared you. Search the scriptures mentioned in this chapter and ask God to give you a sense of confidence that He believes in good boundaries more than you do.